Okay, so I need to tell you about what just happened at Polaris. November 7th to 9th, 3 days, our brand new Whitefield campus in Bengaluru. And we just made history. I'm Rohan Saneja and I head the corporate and institutional affairs here at Polaris School of Technology. And we just wrapped up Whitefield 2025. India's first ever Replit-powered hackathon. And here's the headline. Polaris School of Technology has been officially recognized by the Asia Book of Records for achieving the maximum participants in an offline tech hackathon. 1,235 participants. That's not a typo. 1,235 of India's most ambitious builders, coders and creators all in one place, all focused on building something incredible. We didn't just host a hackathon, we christened our sprawling new campus in Whitefield by breaking a continental record. So when Replit approached us to partner on India's first ever hackathon, we knew we wanted to do something unprecedented. Not just another weekend coding event where people show up, code for 24 hours, eat pizza and go home. We wanted to create an actual experience, a movement, a vibe. And look at what we have accomplished. A continental record, 367 teams from across India. Our campus was filled with country's most ambitious builders. And I think we did exactly that. So let me walk you through what happened on those 3 days. First, let's talk about the numbers because they're genuinely insane. 1,235 participants, 367 teams. They were coming from 95 plus colleges across India. People had traveled from 25 plus cities from all the corners of our country just to be here in Whitefield, Bengaluru for this event. And here's what made this event even more special. We had 30 plus companies on the ground, not just as sponsors, not just with their logos on our banners either. They were actually present. They were witnessing the future unfold in real time, watching these teams build, seeing their talent firsthand. And this wasn't just Polaris students. There were builders from Dayanand Sagar University, Jain University, from across universities across the country, all choosing to spend their entire weekend with us. The energy on our brand new campus in those 3 days, I have never experienced anything like that. The fact that this was all happening here in Bengaluru, Whitefield new campus, that we were essentially inaugurating with this event made it even more special. And what a better way to christen a campus than by bringing together over 1,000 plus of India's sharpest minds. So let's talk about the first day, November 7th, which was the kickoff day. The entire event opened with a Replit masterclass. And this is where it got interesting. We brought in tech leaders who were actually building things, scaling companies and shipping products to share their experiences. This wasn't just theoretical lecture. There were real stories, real failures, real successes. The kind of insights you don't get from YouTube tutorials or online courses. After this masterclass, we had a networking mixer. And this is what I loved. You had these first year students talking to final year students. They were talking to working professionals, startup founders. Everybody was just talking. They were exchanging ideas, making connections, building a community that we've always talked about but rarely actually created it. Then came the theme reveal. This is the moment everybody was waiting for. When we announced the problem statements, you could feel the shift in the room. People immediately started brainstorming. Teams were huddling in corners, sketching ideas on whiteboards, arguing about tech stacks. The competition had officially begun. By the end of day 1, we had announced the finalists, the teams that would move forward into the 36-hour building phase. And that's when things got real. came to the second and third day, November 8th and 9th, I still remember 36 hours of pure building madness. And that's not an exaggeration. November 8th started at a full throttle and didn't stop until November 9th. Teams were coding, debugging, designing, iterating. They were barely sleeping, barely eating, just building. We made sure enough food and beverages were constantly available because you genuinely cannot code on an empty stomach. We had even made a small restroom for people to come and sleep. Red Bull became the unofficial sponsor for the event. I am pretty sure some teams survived entirely on energy drinks and determination. We even had someone show up in an Iron Man suit. I am still not sure if that was planned or if someone just really was so committed to vibe coding that it worked. Throughout those 36 hours, we kept the energy alive with games, breaks. There were more sessions with industry leaders. Because here's what we have learned from organizing this. Hackathons aren't just about coding. They're about creating an environment where people feel inspired to push themselves beyond what they already know. And these teams, they gave their everything. Their heart, their time, their weekend. Some teams barely slept. Some teams completely pivoted their ideas halfway through the hackathon when they realized that their original concept wasn't working. That's the kind of resilience we wanted to see. By November 9th afternoon, out of 367 teams that competed over 36 hours, we had our finalists ready to pitch. So this is where you see the real quality of a hackathon. It's not about who can write the most fancy code or who can use the fanciest of tech stack. It's about who can solve a real problem in the most compelling way and communicate that solution clearly to the audience. Each team had a few minutes to present their application, what it does, how it works, and why it matters. And honestly, the quality we saw was incredible. These weren't just toy projects or half-baked prototypes. They were actually applications that could genuinely be useful in the real world. Some teams built around productivity, some built AI-powered solutions, some even built platforms that address the very specific pain points that personally experienced. The diversity of these ideas coming from 95 plus colleges across India was exactly what we were hoping for. And then came the judging, the deliberation, the wait. Out of hundreds of brilliant teams, only 3 could win. Okay, the moment of truth, the prizes. We had 13 lakhs in prizes on the line, plus $10,000 in credits from Replit, plus the grand prize, a fully sponsored flight ticket to San Francisco to visit the Replit's headquarters. Or if you didn't want to travel, you could take the 1 lakh rupee cash. And that's not a small amount. It's a life-changing money for many students across India. The first runner-up could either get a PS5 or 50,000 rupees in cash. The second runners-up got 20,000 rupees worth of Amazon gift cards. Everybody walked away with something valuable. Out of these 367 teams, we had the top performers pitch their applications, and from those, 3 teams rose to the top. So the grand prize, the first prize, Control-Alt-Delete from Dayanand Sagar University, which was backed by Ahmed Zaveen, Ahmed Talwar, Satyam Mahesh, and Nancy Sharma. These 4 students coded their way to glory. Their solution was clean, scalable, and solved a real problem that everybody in the room immediately understood. They are now heading to San Francisco to visit the Replit headquarters. Absolutely deserving team. Next up, the first runners-up. Team won desks from Polaris School of Technology. Yugal, Rudra Pratap Singh, Harshit Gandhi, and Aradhya. And yes, this is our home team, which makes this even more special. They brought innovation to life with their platform. The judges absolutely loved their approach to the problem statement, and their execution was flawless. The third position, or the second runners-up, Team Vibe ML from Jain University. Sajid, Anirudh, Pranshu, and Javed. All the 3 teams also won Replit credits, $5,000 for the winners, $3,000 for the first runners-up, and $2,000 for the second runner-up. That's 6 months of premium Replit access to continue building and scaling their projects. Because what you build at a hackathon should not just stay at a hackathon. Watching these teams on stage, accepting their prizes, celebrating with their teammates, representatives from top 3 universities, that's a proof that talent exists everywhere. And that's why we do this. Vibathon wasn't just a hackathon, it was a statement. We are now officially in the Asia Book of Records for hosting the maximum participants in an offline tech hackathon. That's not just a Polaris achievement, that's an Indian tech community achievement. We proved that when you can create the right environment, when you bring in the right partners like Replit on board, and when you trust the students to show up and build, they will exceed every expectation. And the timing of this couldn't be more significant. This was a brand new Whitefield campus in Bengaluru. We could have simply inaugurated it with a ribbon cutting ceremony and speeches. Instead, we filled it with 1200 plus builders from 95 plus colleges across 25 plus cities. We had 30 plus companies witnessing the energy firsthand. We turned our campus launch into a celebration of what's possible when you bring together India's builder community. The diversity we saw, teams from Dayanand Sagar University, Jain University, and from our own Polaris School of Technology, from institutions across the country, all competing on equal footing, all pushing each other to be better. And that's the future of tech education in India. The network that was built over these 3 days, the connections between colleges, between students and companies, between teams who are now planning to go and build their next together, that's going to last a way longer than the event itself. And for all the winners, this is just the beginning. They now have Replit credits, they have the prize money, and they have the credibility of winning India's first ever Replit hackathon and being a part of a record-breaking event. And they have access to a community, over 1,000 builders who believe in what they're creating. So if you were a part of Vibathon, whether you won or whether you pitched, whether you were one of those 367 teams that gave it your all, you're now part of history. You helped us set up a continental record. You inaugurated a new campus. You proved that India's builder community is ready for global scale events. So thank you for making this what it was. And what's next? So this was India's first Replit hackathon. This was our first time hosting a continental record-breaking event as well. But it's definitely not going to be the last. We are already planning Vibathon 2026. And here's the challenge we have set up for ourselves. How do you top a continental record? How do you improve on 1200 plus participants? How do you create an event experience better than what we have just pulled off? I don't have all the answers yet, but I know it's going to be bigger. More prizes, there'll be more partners, more opportunities, and more colleges. Maybe we'll even go for a world record next time. So if you've missed this year's event and you're watching this thinking, I wish I was there, good. Channel that into your preparation. Start building right now. Start learning right now. Start connecting with the builder community right now. Because when Vibathon 2026 registrations are open, you don't want to miss it. So for everyone who participated this year, all of you, I'll see you next year. And let's break another record together.